It's never easy to have these kind of serious conversations, but it's with a heavy heart that I announce on today, April 14th. So for those of you who are more psychically attuned among us in the audience who sort of predicted this, Jackson's passed away. Entropy reaches us all eventually, and I'm afraid to say his soul has passed on. I'm sorry. With that said, I'd like to introduce a new host. So if you'd like to just maybe introduce yourself here. Someone who... I'm trying to switch the podcast up a little bit. Take an edgier approach now that Jackson's gone. Sort of his Boy Scout attitude and demeanor wasn't doing it for me. So.
Hello. I'm Jaco Hull, a contract killer.
Mm-hmm. And to really sell the fact that Jackson's gone, I think we're probably going to have to get his parents' reaction to his death announcement.
I will find them.
All right, welcome back to Beggars Canyon Boys.
Guys, just kidding. I'm still alive.
Thank God, I did not know how to continue with that. How do you run this show?
Yeah, I mean, so kind of it maybe you found some newfound appreciation for
really
the work that I do.
Just walked a mile in your shoes.
Yeah,
and my feet are sore.
Not as easy as it seems, huh? I know I make it look like a walk in the park, but
really. Although I guess like you sort of had a host, like when you do it, you have a host who's really like there for you and backing you up and always ready to jump in and go, but Jacko sort of wasn't really matching that energy.
I think he was excited to talk about some Clone Wars episodes.
It seemed like he wanted to bring his own personal stuff into it. Like, why mention his career?
Oh, well, I think, I don't know. That was just, to tie it more to the episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about 4 episodes of the Clone Wars, the Obi-Wan Undercover arc. This is 15, 16, 17, and 18 of Season 4. Deception, Friends and Enemies, The Box, and Crisis on Naboo. A fun handful of episodes, I think.
Yeah, we get a little prison break into assassination attempt, like flow. It's kind of nice.
Little obstacle course challenge episode.
Yeah. These felt like I can't really qualify this super well, but like homages to horror movies for some reason. Like all of them felt like
The Cube.
Yeah. But they all felt like they had some sort of like horror vibe going on. Even the beginning, the first episode, like when like Obi-Wan is actually swapping over to his new identity, the sequence in which they do that is like gross.
Yeah.
Really like he swallows stuff. He gets his
big needle
forehead poked.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. What? I know I've like seen something else where like somebody has to swallow something to like change their voice. I feel like, I mean, maybe not, but
it's very gross. Also, I do not watch this show, but I just saw like a clip from the new season of Euphoria that I guess is coming out, and it was like
you got kind of a little turned on by Sydney Sweeney's baby stuff.
Nope, that's not. I don't even know what that is. I've not seen that clip.
Oh, okay.
I'm a good boy.
Okay.
The clip I saw was Rue swallowing like bags of heroin, which looked so disgusting. But
is that Zendaya?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was like enamored by the clip. I couldn't look because I was like, wow, it's crazy. They're like just showing this in so much detail, and it looked really gross, and that's what it reminded me of.
Dude, I have no idea what goes on in that show. I mean, from my understanding, the first season was just like a R-rated high school drama with a lot of sex and stuff in it. And then I remember season 2 coming out. I saw the trailer and like the SWAT team is coming in or something. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I really only know the Rue plot because I keep seeing clips, and she owes someone $43 million. I don't know how.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a sizable chunk of change there.
I imagine that's why she's swallowing the heroin balloons.
Well, just to fill you in,
You're like, I know why. Go ahead.
No.
Tell me why.
No, this is about the Sydney Sweeney part of it.
Okay, you know that part.
Yes. Well, I've literally only seen it through people like reacting to it, but she's like an OnlyFans creator in this season, and in the new trailer, apparently it's kind of shows like a compilation of different types of content that she's making, and one of them is of her like as a baby with like a pacifier and
nice
bonnet and stuff. I'm like, ugh, like why are they doing that?
Yeah, do you think when she gets like the script for the news, because that's a little different than like signing on for a movie and knowing what you're gonna get immediately?
Yeah,
like, because I'm sure when she signed on for season 1, she didn't imagine she'd be doing, I don't know, whatever her character is doing with OnlyFans.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Do you think she signed off on that? Was like, that's actually like a cool direction for the character, or?
It's a good question. I mean, I know she's not necessarily like the smartest or highest morals person around town, but yeah, I that is curious how that works. I mean, I'm sure like everybody probably has, like, if by this point, you know, since she's so famous, I'm sure she has like a rider with stipulations and things like, oh, I won't do this, or
yeah.
And I'm sure she gets some kind of final say over like what she's doing.
I won't do anything but be a baby. If I can be a baby in it, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's actually the main thing that she's doing in this season.
Pretty sure she was a baby in that boxing movie she was in. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a baby in the Housemaid as well.
Yeah, I did see that.
You did? Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it, but on a different like scale of good, you know.
Yeah, like I'm like pretty silly, probably. Yeah.
But like for a like crime thriller, like romancy book adaptation, I was like, yeah, this is like I would listen to this on a road trip with my parents when I was younger.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it very much seemed like that kind of like plot, like a Hallmark movie, but edged up a little bit.
I also really like Amanda Seyfried, or however you say her name, in general. So.
Oh yeah. I feel like I've not seen her in that much, actually. I've seen Mamma Mia.
She was in I think is the show called The Dropout, where she's like playing the woman who like famously scammed a bunch of people and committed fraud with like the blood machine that like detects disease or whatever.
Theranos? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Elizabeth someone.
I love her so much in that role. I think she's so funny in it. Yeah.
Okay. I've not seen that show, but that's cool. My parents really like that show.
Oh, okay. Nice. We have something in common.
You and my parents actually have a lot in common. I think that's what drew me to you.
Wow.
Sort of
like a parent figure.
A gender neutral paternal energy.
Okay. I'm not gender neutral.
No. I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I just
want to clarify, because one in the audience might like make an edit where it's like, our gender neutral ally.
Yeah. Well, you're not an ally.
No, I am. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I just don't want to become like the symbol for it. You know?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Everyone making all these fan edits of us all the time. I mean,
and they're always trying to make me the symbol of things. I'm like,
well, we're not. We're here to talk about real TV today.
Yeah.
Cartoons.
Woo.
Not
ones though, again, that I could watch with my niece because it was so gross. I was gonna put that on like the episode and watch it with her while I was like just watching over her for a moment. I could not, because it was like the eyeball scene and stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
I was like, okay, this is too dark.
Yeah, it was it was kind of violent all the way through for a little kid, for sure.
Yeah.
And
So I got a bone to pick with the Star Wars creators. They're not making kids cartoons.
Mr. Filoni, you
Oh,
know,
and he's in charge now.
gosh, what dark and twisted ideas is he gonna bring now?
By the way, not to derail one more time.
No.
Just I didn't ask earlier. I was curious. One, does anyone like do fan castings of Sydney Sweeney in the Star Wars universe? And if not, who would you cast her as in the Star Wars universe?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It may exist. What, like as an existing character?
I don't know. Just I've seen ones of her, like people cast her in the X-Men as like Jean Grey or something, which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
Or like Emma Frost also. Which,
sure, makes a little more sense.
yeah,
but
would be terrible still.
yeah. I don't know. That's what's the Star Wars characters are so tied to their actor, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like, but
what type would she get in the, like? Would she be like I mean, I don't know if she'd be a bounty hunter, but she could be.
no, her boobies are too big for that.
Yeah. Amazia. She could be Amazia.
Mhm.
That's sort of the one defining characteristic I match with Amazia.
Yeah. She has some den mother qualities to her, you know.
Get a pink hair wig.
Ooh, man, you're getting me excited.
Yeah. That might be in her OnlyFans episode. Ooh, she could do like a slave Leia for her. I'm just doing Euphoria pitches now. So.
Right. No, that's well, hey, I mean, she is she's not in the MCU, but she is in the Sony Spider-Man U.
True. I forgot. I saw that and I forgot.
Yeah. Really cool, memorable character.
Yeah, she wears her costume once in a dream.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, it's like a future vision, but all the girls become like superheroes later.
Yeah, sorry, future vision dream. They're synonymous for a mere mortal like me.
The webs of fate, you know, that intertwine us all, right?
Should have put Madam Web in a wheelchair, I think.
Isn't she by the end?
I think she gets injured, but is she like permanently crippled?
I think she's like paralyzed by the end of it and wheeling around with like the red gown and sunglasses. I'm pretty sure at the very end.
I remember one shot of her like in her apartment at the end sitting, but I don't remember it being so.
And she's like has like dark sunglasses on and is like being blind or something.
They should do a sequel to that movie. Actually,
yeah, I would watch it.
She is really funny. I like watching her in films. So I want to watch the one with her and Pedro Pascal because I think it'd be like really funny. The Materialist.
Oh yeah, God, that movie looks so bad.
But she's in it, dude.
Yeah. And Captain America.
Oh, he's in it.
Chris Evans.
Yay!
Let me blow my nose real quick.
They should put her in the MCU. Who would I cast as Dakota Johnson in the MCU? She's already Madam Web, I guess, but.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
They already have She-Hulk.
Yeah, but isn't she? I heard she like doesn't want to work at Disney anymore over political reasons.
Ooh. I think Oscar Isaac said the same thing.
But he's in Star Wars.
Well, I think that's over too. I could see Dakota Johnson as Jean Grey.
I think, you know what? That's good casting, actually.
Or like Psylocke.
I think she has a really good attitude for Jean Grey, though.
Yeah, just like boring.
Jeez. But a little mean, too.
Yeah. A little bit like holier than thou attitude. Yeah.
Nepo baby. Yeah, she's sort of the Nepo baby atmosphere. Put it into Jean Grey.
I could see that. I could, she thinks of herself as, so much better than any of the new X-Men because she's been there since the beginning. And she probably has like that toxic femininity. I'm projecting this onto her, but, sometimes women who have succeeded in a predominantly male field due to, I'm not saying, it's all their fault, but due to the yucky nature of society, sometimes don't want other women to succeed in that field because they're like, no, I'm the woman. Nicki Minaj, when Cardi B and there was kind of a wave of female rappers coming out in like 2017, 2016, you know,
For beefing.
Megan Thee Stallion and all these. Nicki Minaj was like, you think you can take my spot? And tried to put down all these other ladies. So maybe Jean Grey could be like that.
Yeah.
Because she was the only girl for a long time.
I'm trying to think who's the first girl that really comes in and changes the dynamic. I guess it's Storm.
Yeah,
though.
Storm.
And I feel like they get along. But do they really even talk that much in like the beginning?
They don't really, but there is a nice issue of classic X-Men which, you know, is like written 10 years later, but takes place canonically or whatever at the time of Storm's early days on the team, where Jean kind of takes it upon herself to be like, hey, I'm gonna like hang out with Storm and like get to know her and be her friend, and it's really nice.
That is nice.
It's a great issue, and she's kind of like introducing Storm to America and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
I feel like that is something, you know, not to say, I mean, Claremont's a normal person also. He can't tell every aspect of every story with all his characters. But I feel like, you know, maybe if a female writer was like working on X-Men originally, that would have been covered a little bit or something.
Yeah.
But because I do think it's an interesting angle, like, oh, you're like the first like women of the X-Men, and like there's so few of you at the moment. Like, I wonder what that's like just being in the X-Mansion with all these guys. Like,
ooh, I guess Polaris technically was actually on there before Storm.
That's true, but where does she go?
Well, I forget exactly, but I remember like in either Giant Size or the first Claremont issue, there's some discussion of like Cyclops going over to Havoc's place and being like, hey, you and Polaris should like come back to the X-Men, and they're like, no, we're just wanting to like paint or something.
Yeah,
I forget what
I think that isn't Giant Size, because there's some like really awesome artwork illustrated with that too.
Yeah,
Polaris just looks awesome in like some of those original issues.
Oh yeah, I forgot, but I was like, man, I thought there was like one more female X-Man before Storm.
Well, I mean, Kitty comes in eventually, but
yeah,
I don't know if that is what you're thinking.
No, that's later though, dude.
I think Kitty's a jerk to Magic, or all the New Mutants, really, when Charles is like, well, maybe you should actually be on the New Mutants, since like we have them now and they're your age, and like the X-Men are going some pretty dangerous missions.
And she's like, no, I'm on the X-Men.
Yeah, I don't want to be with the X-Babies.
See, but that's a fun, realistic thing that would happen, I think.
Yeah. But they all, like, I like their reactions too, because they all get pissed at her for that. And they're like, no, like, we're not your friends right now. Like, you're calling us X-Babies and thinking you're better than us.
Mm-hmm.
And you've
been here longer.
Yeah, and they went through some pretty dark stuff themselves.
Oh, so yeah. All of them have had, like, terrible trauma.
Yeah. Not a big difference between them and the X-Men, honestly, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess it's that the danger comes to them rather than them going to it. But, well, anyway.
Yes, we got to talk about X-Men.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd cast Sydney Sweeney as in Star Wars. Live action
Ventress.
Pippi or whatever. Remember the female Gungan on the the pink Gungan?
She'd be good. Yeah.
Ventress, you know.
I'm guessing there is no live action Ventress yet, or that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so these episodes, right? There's essentially the Jedi figure out that there's some plot to kidnap Chancellor Palpatine from Dooku and some bounty hunters, so they fake Obi-Wan's death so that he can take on the identity of this bounty hunter, go undercover, and I'm not exactly sure why that's the most effective way to figure out or stop this plot, but you know, he's able to get some inside intel and keep them filled in on what's going on. But really, there's kind of like two big stories going on. The main focus of the episodes is Obi-Wan, along with this what's that guy's name? I just looked at all this before to make sure I knew it, but
Jacko would know this.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Reiko Hardeen.
Oh yeah.
Reiko Hardeen. No.
Wait, that's
Obi-Wan's character.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Maralo Eval.
Yeah.
Is kind of like the leader of this bounty hunting operation.
Moralo, that's his name?
Mhm.
Moralo. Okay.
Maralo Eval.
Some of these names just will never stick with me.
Slippery. Yeah. I mean, Cad Bane is like a hard one to forget. That's like a good chunky name.
Tatonita, I still remember. Some of them just stick with you, then some of them are really hard.
Ulick Caldromo.
Yeah. Exarchun. Man, that series had some like pretty memorable good ones.
Yeah.
Like Nomi Sunrider, Master Thawne. All of them are in there.
Totally. Man, I want to read those again because those are just really good comics in general.
I would love to do like an analysis video on those eventually because they're so fun.
You should. So yeah, this guy Maralo Eval has set up this plot, but really it's Dooku's plot, but also Cad Bane's in charge. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot going on where really, yeah, our focus as a viewer is on Obi-Wan, but the more important thing happening to the larger scale of Star Wars is that the Jedi Council is lying to Anakin, and this is all a big test for Anakin. In the end, it ends with Anakin and Dooku being face to face, and it's the kind of thing where Palpatine is gonna let one of them kill each other if that's what it comes to. And it's like, hey, is Anakin ready to, kill Dooku and be that strong? Like, let's just do a little prodding here and make him further alienate himself from the Jedi and be more in my sphere of influence.
Yeah, really get to see how Palpatine just like plays the Jedi Council super easily. Like, yeah, it's like every possible end solution to their problem is just like a win for Palpatine. It's like you either like further the Separatist cause, or you like damage the Jedi Council, or you damage like Anakin's relationship with the Jedi Council.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan might actually be discovered and killed during this whole thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Also, man, Obi-Wan getting tortured like so often in episodes lately. It's crazy. He like when the Hutts like capture him and they've got him upside down. Yeah. It's like shocking him again. I was getting flashbacks to the last time he was tortured, and it's like, oh my, Obi-Wan's been through it in this war. Like,
totally.
Just a prisoner so often, and just
he was a prisoner at the very catalyst of the Clone Wars on Geonosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get an easy break of it. So, yeah, what happens here is essentially this Reiko Hardeen guy snipes Obi-Wan in front of Ahsoka and Anakin, and they think that he's dead. And he, as we alluded to before, undergoes some, not really surgery, but a procedure where he gets injected with some kind of thing that changes his face structure.
Yeah. God, surgery would have been better. It was very gross.
We do, for a brief moment, get to see Obi-Wan without facial hair before his face is changed to Reiko Hardeen's. He's totally bald and has no beard or mustache. Very, very weird looking.
Forgot I texted you about that too. It does throw you off. Obi-Wan has a look, okay? You can't change that.
I know, and I was thinking like, oh, well, he doesn't have facial hair in Phantom Menace, but he's also so young looking in Phantom Menace. It's like, yeah, not the same.
He has his little rat tail to balance it out.
Exactly. So like, what do we want to like talk about with these episodes? What did you find interesting about them, or good or bad about them?
Yeah, it's cool that we've got like a more Obi-Wan focused episode here. I know, like, we mentioned it a little bit, and I was talking to you about it, but like, just the like buy-in to this episode is like a way too extreme for me, though, to be like the Jedi Council signed off on this idea. It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's like one of those. It makes you think of Obi-Wan going like, only Sith steal in absolutes. It's like such an absolutist like solution to their problem here. Like you said, there's no other way we could have like gotten a little bit of information about this assassination attempt. Like they knew it was happening somehow.
Yeah. They already had intel on it. They already had like ray shields surrounding the situation, and it's like pretty much when the assassination attempt actually does happen, like they're still surprised and they just have to react to that happening now. It really wouldn't have made any difference as far as I can tell.
Yeah, he doesn't even like, because Cad Bane is in charge of like the crew that's doing the assassination attempt, and he doesn't really give Obi-Wan like the full details. Obi-Wan presses for it like at the last minute too. So again, it's like not like the council really could have done a lot of prep work in like preventing this. Honestly, maybe they should have just canceled the event. Okay.
Yeah, for real. But they never do that. They love to like be like, well, we know somebody's trying to kill you, but we got to go through with it anyway.
Yeah.
Padme's been in this situation like 4 times now.
I guess Palpatine, like, it's hard because Palpatine was the one that pushed like, no, we can't close the event. Like that would show weakness or whatever.
And so, he wants it to all go down.
Yeah, which is a kind of a good move on his part.
Yeah. So. And I guess the Jedi at the end of the day don't have sway over whether or not these things happen. Like,
true.
It's really up to Palpatine and the politicians whether or not that Festival of Light thing. Well, I guess it's a Naboo thing more than a
all right,
galactic thing.
Padme, throw your freaking weight around here. Like, what are you doing?
But Palpatine was the senator from Naboo before.
Okay. What is Padme currently? She's just the princess, or
no? I think she's just a senator, because we do see the princess.
That really threw me off.
I forget her name, but she was in the other Naboo episodes too. But yeah, she stopped being a princess or queen. Sorry, we're saying princess. She's a queen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
An elected queen.
Yeah. Okay, simp.
And yes, she's our elected queen. Go off. She stopped doing that to be the senator.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that was a good idea. Who has more power, a queen or a senator?
I think the senator. I think the queen is just kind of a figurehead.
Fair enough.
But does Padme have any power to change anything during anything in the whole universe? Not really.
The senatorial powers they have honestly seem like super diluted. Anyway, I don't know. Is there like ever an episode where the senators really like pass some legislative action that has made a material difference to people?
I mean, there's a lot of discussion about that, and then they like pretty much always fail. Like,
they only pass bad stuff when they're like, let's like have the banks not have any rules.
Right.
Okay, we'll pass that one.
There was that one, and then there was the like security, like, refund, like more money to clone armor one as well. Or those honestly may have been the same one. It's hard to tell with the... I do remember there was like a prequel to those Senate episodes, whatever. But yeah, I agree that the buy-in is kind of crazy. It's like a fun concept for Obi-Wan to go undercover.
Yeah.
And I do like watching him interact with Cad Bane and the other bounty hunters, but it's not necessarily believable that this would be like an idea that Yoda and Mace Windu would want to go through with.
Yeah, it's just like psychologically cruel. And then again, it's like you guys are very well aware of Anakin's background.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine they're all pretty much on the same page of like, hey, we got to keep an eye on him. Like, he does slip sometimes. He's maybe like the weakest willed among us with that.
He's gonna force choke a bartender for like no reason.
Yeah, that dude's like just doing his job. I mean, pretty rough.
But seriously though, and then they tell him like pretty quickly, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, why didn't you just tell me in the first place? And they're like, well, we had to sell it so that you and Ahsoka actually would think he was dead, or else they would sense that something's wrong.
Yeah.
Or what if Count Dooku was watching, and we don't trust your acting skills enough?
Yeah, and then Count Dooku was listening into Obi-Wan anyway the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like...
Exactly. So him being undercover was actually pointless.
Yeah, just cruel to Anakin, who's afraid of losing everyone that he loves. So losing someone who's been with him since he was a kid.
I mean, I do like something like that going on. The Jedi Council has a plan that they don't fill Anakin in on because they don't think he's ready to handle it. And then he finds out that they've been lying to him. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, specifically, it's not quite gelling.
His call out at the end though is like really nice too, when like him and Obi-Wan are fighting about it, and he makes the point like, well, Obi-Wan, like, what aren't they telling you is the problem?
Yeah.
Like, see, there's layers to it potentially of the deceit of the Jedi. From my perspective, they're kind of the bad guys of Star Wars.
And we also get a nice conversation between Anakin and Palpatine where he's like, well, the council wants you to like not use your emotions and stuff, but actually like that's what makes you strong. Like,
yeah. Which is a nice like little conversation outside of the context of Star Wars, and being like, you do have to be more in touch with your emotions, and like sometimes you got to think with your heart.
Yeah. But actually that's bad. That's what the evil guy is saying.
Yeah.
We should all be like cold pragmatists all the time.
Very stoic and well, I don't know what the Jedi want, honestly. They're a little confused in their own ideologies, I think.
Absolutely. As are most organized religions, huh?
Yeah.
But I will say, a lot of this is an excuse for some good action.
For sure.
The prison break is really strong, I think. Cad Bane is like being super brutal, and I especially like the part where he goes into the room with like the clone guards, and one of them like throws his sandwich at him, and then he just like shoots the other guy point blank and stuff. It's like just a nice little quick sequence of action that looks really good.
Yeah, I love stuff where like, because Obi-Wan obviously is not trying to actually kill any guards there.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to blow his cover either. So I love that like balance of like, okay, I've sort of like got to try and match the brutality of this, I guess, but without causing any death, and also not raising suspicions of like morale and Cad Bane to think like, I'm not, which happens a couple of times where Cad Bane's like, why aren't you shooting? Like,
yeah.
My gun's jammed.
Oh, all right. Yeah, and the whole thing of the box, like the box is cool in and of itself.
Yeah.
And it's a fun concept for an episode to have like this bounty hunter competition. I like that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing seems to be, weed out the strong ones from the weak or whatever who can actually handle this. But it also seems like Dooku already knows who's going to be like on the final team.
Yeah, what a waste of like an investment. Because they put time and money into building that cube.
Must be expensive. I mean, that thing's crazy. But it really seems to be like, oh, I'm weeding out to see if like there's like a Jedi in the midst or something like that. And it's like, well, there is, and he figures it out, and it's like, I don't think he knows that it's Obi-Wan necessarily, but he knows that something is weird about this guy.
Yeah. And they still offer him the leader position, by the way.
Yeah. But I guess, there's some messiness for sure in the...
I do think it's like you said, like a lot of the plot or like narrative stuff that happens in the episode, or just like the mechanics of it, is just an avenue to like some pretty cool action.
Yeah.
And like within those actions, I think there's like cool little character moments too. So it's not to say there's none of that in the episodes. And I did enjoy the episodes overall, but it's just like, I think it's one of those ones where like if you are looking a little too like critically at it, things start to fall apart. Even though it was like fun.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I like I do like Cad Bane a lot throughout the whole thing though. I
Mm-hmm.
think his character is really fun. He has great lines like when Ahsoka is like standing over Anakin and that's a cool moment of tension to get to is Anakin fighting Obi-Wan in disguise being like
Yeah.
you're the one who killed Obi-Wan like okay, that's kind of fun and
Mm.
dangerous and like, oh, I can't blow my cover, but also he might actually try to kill me right here.
Yeah, I was a little sad to see that Anakin didn't like go so dark in these episodes though too, because I thought he'd care a lot more about. I mean, obviously he was like distraught, but I thought he'd burn down the Earths for Obi-Wan.
Well, he's like, luckily the person you killed wouldn't want me to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, when have you ever cared about that before? Yeah. But I like, Cad Bane fighting Jedi. Like it's once the operation is fully blown and like Obi-Wan is revealed as a double cross or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they have that very fun little fight out in the open on Naboo where Obi-Wan's like grabbing onto his legs while he's got his little jet boosters going. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, lots of fun stuff. I like him talking to Ahsoka. We'll have to dance another time, little lady.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty good. Yeah, Cad Bane's pretty slick with his little wrist boot activator there.
Mm-hmm.
I do like watching Jedis fight him because it often like ends up with them just trying to cling on to those boots.
Yeah. I mean, that's his best way of whenever he's like actually encountering a challenge, he's always resorts to his little rocket boots.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
I like the moment where he just like he finds like a hat he likes from someone, and if I remember this right, he finds a hat he likes. Then I guess he finds his original hat at some point, or one that looks like his, and he just like takes it from the guy, or does he kill the guy?
Yeah, he kills him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Oh, it's one of the brothers too,
the two
right?
bounty hunter brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, he just kills one of them.
Oh, that whole moment's
hat.
actually really fun.
Yeah. And the other one is just like, what?
Yeah, because we get a little sequence after that where it's like Dooku basically introducing each one of the bounty hunters, and when he's going to talk about those two, he's like, yeah, these brothers had done every bounty together.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be a challenge for him to do this one alone. It's like,
well, he doesn't make it through
Yeah.
the box, but
well, he joins his brother, so it's kind of happy ending.
It's nice. Isn't it funny? I was thinking about this when we were watching Faces of Death too.
Faces of Death too.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Faces of Death also. When the killer, spoilers, breaks into the news anchor's house, and I guess he doesn't kill the dad right then, but it just made me think about how in movies, whenever something like that happens, where you see that like someone's dad, there's like it doesn't have to be dad, but like some kind of like familial relationship, or like in this case it's a dad and a son, and then the dad dies, and in my head I'm always like, well, at least the son is gonna die too. In my head it's better for the other person. I would rather just see them get killed than see them like live with being sad.
God, yeah. So you love that scene in Eddington where he kills Pedro Pascal's character and then also the son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
like, thank God.
But it made me think about it in real life. I'm like, hey, I love my dad. I would be very upset if he died, but I wouldn't want to die because of that. I would want to still keep living
for sure. Yeah,
but it's just funny in movies. Like I've felt that way for so long, and I'm sure many people have. But like whenever, like if a mom has their child killed in a movie or something, you're like, just kill the mom. Kill the mom so she doesn't have to be sad. Like
that's pretty funny. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever like thought about that with a movie.
Really? I always think
No, that's like, hey, it's the empathetic bone in your body that wants to euthanize the rest of like the family if one person's down.
Yeah, just kill them in their sleep before they like even realize that, you know.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to watch in fake world, easier for me to watch someone die than to like start screaming and crying about a loved one dying.
True. Yeah. Like, have you ever seen The Mist?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't spoil the big ending of that movie then if you don't know.
Tim Blake Nelson gets his tentacle wrapped around his leg.
No, not that part. Although that's pretty fun. But
I want to watch that movie though. It actually looks like a good time.
Yeah, The Mist is awesome.
Is it a Shyamalan movie?
It's based on like a King book. I don't know if
King book. Yeah.
I don't know if he directed it or not. I don't think so.
No, I think maybe I'm thinking of like The Fog or something. No, not The Fog. That's a John Carpenter movie. But there was some other movie. Is Mark Wahlberg in The Mist or no?
No, I don't believe so. I think you're thinking of like the plant movie that Mark Wahlberg's in. That's an M. Night Shyamalan one. That's like an apocalypse thing.
What is that movie?
I forget what it's called. I've not seen it.
Man, that's gonna bother me because I remember when that was coming out, there was a lot of ads for it. But
it's like a plant virus or like oxygen within the plants changes or something, like something like that. But dude, you should watch The Mist. It's pretty awesome. And I will say, when I was younger, there's like, do you know anything about The Mist, or should I like not say?
I just know that there is. It's kind of like. Do
you know there's like there's some creatures and stuff?
Yeah. It's like this mist that is sort of like a portal to like eldritch creature world.
Okay. Yeah,
that's all I know about it.
So
really.
There are like some like bird creatures or monsters or whatever at some point in the movie, and I guess they like made puppets for everything or like animatronics or something. Because when I was younger, I used to go on this website that was like, you can buy real props from movies. And they had a bunch of props from The Mist that were just like the puppets of those little creepy like bird eldritch monsters.
Oh, damn.
It was so cool. I was always like, man, when I get like $8,000, I'm going to buy one of those.
I think you still could.
Yeah, I know.
One day.
Maybe they're still there. I don't know how much they're going for now.
But it seems like there's a lot of CGI in the actual finished movie, though, from what I've seen clips of.
I don't know.
I do know that around that time, like that's probably like 2010-ish when that came out.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen that movie so many times because
really?
I've like watched it when I was like young, like in middle school and high school and college. Mm-hmm. I've seen it a bunch.
I just feel like there was a lot around that time of like, we're going to actually try to like do it with practical effects. And then they start doing it and they're like, it's just not working. Let's just paint over it with CGI.
That may be the case for what happened. Because I feel like maybe you've seen the tentacle scene. In my head, remembering it, like that wasn't just bad CGI. But
I don't think it's necessarily bad CGI, but I think it was, at least the clip I saw. I just saw a clip like yesterday of Tim Blake Nelson getting pulled out into the mist by a tentacle monster.
I guess I'm also like, because there's moments where like stuff enters the area that they're in. I don't even, do you even know where they are in the movie? Like
they're in like a grocery store.
Okay, yeah. I'm like just trying to not spoil tiny things that I think are like kind of fun about the movie.
No, that's okay. I appreciate that because I like discovering those things if I didn't already know them.
But like, there's moments where like things from the outside enter the store and like they're just looking at them on the floor. Like a bird like will crash through a window and they'll look at it. So I think maybe that's where like the props I was seeing are from, because you not probably CGI that, you just build something practical.
Yeah, true.
Like a dead little bird.
If it's on the ground or if somebody has to like pick it up or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, it's interesting. Stephen King has a lot of stories about some kind of like tower defense hold up where like a collection of strangers gets forced to fight for survival with the world ending around them.
Yeah.
What else goes on in these episodes?
Oh, it's a sick moment that Obi-Wan has to deal with, and none of the other escapees of this prison had to deal with getting inside like the casket with a dead body, a dead Rhodian. Do you remember that moment? It's like when they're working on their escape plan. And they
Oh
all have to get in those-
yeah. They go into the morgue to like shoot through to the other side of the thing. Yeah.
And I was like, man, another really kind of dark moment. Obi-Wan just like pushing aside the body to squeeze himself in there with it and then shut himself. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I guess, they're doing a good job of trying to be like, no, he's in the deep end. He's in the dirty underworld now.
Yeah. Look at the problems he gets into when he's not with Anakin.
Yeah, seriously. Just listen to Anakin, man.
Yeah. He knows what he must do.
I really like that hat that Cad Bane finds in the shop. I honestly think that look for him, like when they change out of their prison garb,
Yeah.
he looks really cool. And the slightly smaller hat, like, I think it is a pretty awesome look for him.
It's a big moment too, because I gotta say, a little weird seeing him without the hat in general. So once he gets it back, it's like,
there he
we're
is.
talking.
Yeah.
Cad Bane.
He does pick up Indiana Jones's hat for a little bit in the shop too, if you remember that.
Oh no, I didn't see that in there.
When they're like browsing, yeah. He and it's like, yes, it's Indiana Jones's hat, but also like Dave Filoni is always wearing a hat like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be why. I think Dave Filoni generally a good creator. He's a bit of a cornball though.
Sometimes I have no problem with that.
No, I'm not even necessarily saying that is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni, I know you listen. Don't come at me.
I would love if you could just put me on one little Star Wars project. Just give me one to try out, Dave. Just one tiny one.
No, me first, because I knew I wanted it before.
Yeah, but he has wanted it since he was a child, so he's got like a bunch of like childish notions about Star Wars built into his brain already.
Just like you, Dave. You were a fan since you were a child.
Okay, yeah, but you want the perspective of someone who actually soaked this all up as like an adult who can sort of actually put the pieces together rather than just like Mod Podge it with your silly little memories and nostalgia from when you were younger.
No, okay. I mean, I could see both sides of the argument.
And I can't see your side, so that's two seeing at my side and one seeing at your side.
Wow.
So.
Okay, you got me. You got me.
Looks like I'm writing Snips the series. That's what I do. I do another Ahsoka project.
Just like young Ahsoka in the Jedi Temple pre-meeting Anakin.
Yeah, I would do just like kind of like a vignette series of her, just like 5 to 10 minutes, her just being cute with Plo Koon, like as he's like bringing her to the Jedi, something like that.
Well, we don't get exactly that, but we pretty much do get that.
Damn, someone already took it.
Not exactly, but I could see that being in season 2 of Tales of the Jedi.
Man. I would like change the lore and make her a chosen one too. So they're both chosen ones, her and Anakin.
What?
What? You don't like that?
No, I think that kind of undermines the whole universe a little bit.
Dude, Darth Ahsoka though. Think about where we could go.
Well, that
happens?
No, but I'm just saying that doesn't necessarily mean she has to be the chosen one for her to become a Sith.
No, but like, because Anakin's the chosen one in the sense that he is going to end the dark side, right? That's sort of his big thing.
That's what they think. Yeah.
So she would be sort of the other side of the coin there. She'd be the one who's going to bring back life to the dark side right after he ends it. You know?
Okay. So she kind of lays in hiding until the end of Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader's like, "Oh, you were right. I did actually end the dark side. And bring the light back." And then she kind of emerges from his funeral pyre and says, "Not so fast."
And negates all of that.
Slaughters all the Ewoks and everything.
Yeah. Can you imagine her just like force crushing the skull of an Ewok?
Oh my god.
Or maybe like doing an explosion from the inwards, and it just like it's Ewok skull fragments.
Don't say the N-word.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, keep going with what you're saying.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, Logre's already got like a little skull.
Oh, you want to talk
too?
Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Move on.
I'm sorry.
I'm done. Is the episode over? I wasn't really clicking. I got you.
No, I know, but you're leaving little marks on my laptop.
My nails aren't long.
Yeah, well, mine are, so I'm projecting. I need to cut them.
Cut them then, yeah.
I will today. I'm going to.
Gosh.
Holy shit.
It'd be cool if you had like a Star Wars nail clipper and it was like,
Yeah. Or just like that vacuum shaving thing that was used on Obi-Wan for nails.
Dude, if I could change identity that easily, that'd be awesome. I'd be being different people every day.
It seemed pretty painful.
Yeah, I
know.
Kind of like the substance, though. You know, making you question what you do for beauty.
That was why they did it. Was for beauty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like at the end when Mace Windu's like, "All right, Obi-Wan, come on, it's time to change your face back."
Yeah. Everyone's like, "I've got one more thing I need to do."
Really pretty awesome fight with Anakin and Dooku at the end. That was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can really tell Anakin is trying so much harder than Dooku, and it's really like, Dooku says it there at the end, like, well, now that Obi-Wan's here, this is actually a fight. We're a little bit evenly matched with the two of you against me, but it wasn't really much of anything when it was just Anakin here.
He was really dunking on Anakin with those lines there.
But he's right, though. I mean, he was barely trying, and Anakin is like going full crazy mode on him.
Honestly, the droid almost like gave Anakin some trouble. That was like protecting him there for a bit, while Dooku was sort of just wandering off.
But that was cool. Anakin slicing up the Magna Guards too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Magna Guard design. It's so good.
They are pretty sick.
Yeah.
Palpatine's also just fun to watch, like in all of those moments too. When he has like the most fun role in the whole Star Wars universe.
Totally. He just puppet master everything.
And often a front row seat to his own little chaos that he started.
Totally.
It's so fun.
And he loves playing the part of like, oh, get your hands off of me. Like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's in that fight in particular. I forget whether, I think it's maybe Dooku like holds a chair in front of himself to block Anakin's lightsaber coming in.
Yeah.
And then the camera just kind of moves out to Palpatine like being held by one of the Magna Guards, and he just like smiles a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
just having a good time watching this play out.
And like you said earlier, he can just have a good time because literally no matter what happens, it will be okay for him. Like if he, for some reason, starts to be in danger, it's like, well, I could just kill everyone here and reveal myself for 2 seconds, kill everyone, then no one will know. Or Anakin will die, or Dooku will die, or Obi-Wan will die, or what happens, and Anakin's just more under my influence now.
And that he's got, like, even aside from all those scenarios, Palpatine's got contingency plans for, like, his takeover anyway.
For sure.
He's got those babies going on somewhere, I'm sure he's got more babies.
Exactly. I mean, and it's really just like he's on Anakin so hard because it's like, well, this is who appears to be the strongest one and, emotionally vulnerable in a way that is corruptible.
Yeah.
But, if I'm proven wrong, then like, okay, I'll just go with someone else. Like, he doesn't actually care about Anakin.
I wonder if he ever had like Ahsoka in mind for anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too.
If they interact much later on, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that, it's interesting because like Palpatine wants Anakin to have these sort of attachments that are, unhealthy for a Jedi or whatever, for him to not, have these people that he feels like he has to protect. And Ahsoka is another one of those people. But then at the same time, he'll do stuff like, Ahsoka, can you leave us for a little bit? Me and Anakin actually need to talk and stuff like that. So I don't know. He's just like the classic like manipulation tactic of like a yucky boyfriend who's like, oh, your parents like you can't trust them. They're out to get you, and they don't understand you, and like all your friends all probably hate you behind your back and stuff
Okay,
like
stop.
that.
It comes so natural to you. Gee.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do with all the women that I have dated throughout my life. Kind of make them completely dependent on me and destroy all their other relationships.
Yeah. Ooh, and then what's your sort of Order 66 equivalent you eventually pull on them?
I
Not to put you on the spot.
let me think.
You don't have to say your Order 66 if you don't want to.
All their friends are programmed to like take cyanide pills all at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So.
I heard take cyanide. I thought you were going to say her friends are programmed to take my side in the breakup, but no.
Oh,
cyanide.
that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I break up with them and then make all their friends be my friend. Yours is better.
No.
I'm taking that one.
No, cyanide is cool too. Because then she would have no one.
Exactly.
And come crawling back to you anyway.
Yeah. And I would be like, all right, if you don't dress up like Darth Vader, it's over.
Oh, that's sort of like a requirement for you in relationships? She dress up like Darth Vader?
Yes.
Nice, okay.
And when she's not dressed up like Darth Vader, she's hanging in the back to tank.
Who do you dress up as? I'm just curious. Or like, are you just... No one? Or...
Just myself.
Okay. Yeah. Like meeting Darth Vader? I just don't see that.
Oh my god! Yeah, I kind of pretend like, is it really you, Darth Vader? And they're like, no, you asked me to do this. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. Who was that character we read in the comic who was like a Jedi fanboy or whatever who ends up killing...
oh, yeah. It was like Ulick Keldroma's fanboy.
Yes.
Who led Vima to him and stuff.
Like an in-universe like Jedi fanboy.
Yeah,
That's sort of like what you could do with Darth Vader.
Yeah. What? Oh, there was something else I thought about, but whatever.
How about those cool fireworks?
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, little drone show or something.
Yeah, I like seeing just the different like oh, this is sort of like an alien celebration, you know? That's always kind of fun.
I was watching like the behind the scenes featurette about this arc, and it wasn't too in depth. It was more like a light commentary thing.
Do they have one for every episode? It's all right.
They used to do it for every episode where it would be like a full like mini 5-minute documentary about it. But then season 4 they kind of just do big 20-minute ones for each of the arcs.
Gotcha.
And they're pretty fun. But it's usually Dave Filoni and then a couple of the animation supervisors, and they're generally like pretty animation focused discussions, which is like an interesting angle that, you know, it's not like I know nothing about the process of animation, but definitely not a ton on a technical level. So it's always interesting to hear them talk about the things that they're focused on from the episodes versus, you know, us as the viewer. They're like, yeah, man, I mean, it was really challenging to get those hologram suits with like the blue paneling thing going on, and like, which also make no sense because you see guys with huge hats step in and then the hats just disappear and the helmet takes space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me.
Well,
but
big animation error then.
Yeah.
They just sort of drew a big red circle around it, I guess.
But they said the thing that they spent a lot of time on was getting the smoke bomb to spin when it released smoke.
That looked cool, though,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So, you know what? Good on them.
And they were like, once we got it once, now we're doing that like every single time.
Yeah.
And it's easy now, but it took us a long time to get it the first time.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that they were doing these. You sort of gate kept that information from me, huh?
No, I think maybe I've told you about it before.
No, I don't think you actually ever have.
Okay. You could be right.
Time it's come up, and I guess you just like want to have a leg up on me on all these episode discussions, huh?
I've definitely brought up them discussing the stuff about the episodes before.
Weird. You were going back and forth. You were saying maybe I didn't. Now you're saying I definitely did.
No, I kind of had to think about it for a second. But now I'm remembering. Yeah.
Weird that you remember after you say you didn't.
The reason why I brought it up is because they're talking about how they're like wanting to do this big Naboo celebration, and they're like, the main reference point we have is the very end of Phantom Menace where there's the big parade in the street, they're like, but we can't do that. We can't have that. We just can't have that many character models like on screen at the same time. So let's actually put it like behind a big building with little pavilions of people and stuff.
It was kind of like in the back, out of the way. In the smaller event, it seemed to.
It's those conversations are interesting because they talk about like it really makes you think about the economics of it and like the timeline that they're on and how they have to like reuse assets a lot. And when they're talking about the prison break, one of the animation guys is like, "Yep, this definitely isn't just the Citadel with different lights." And then they showed them side by side, and I was like, "Oh, it is exactly the same."
Wow, not something I would have really noticed, though, honestly. So it goes to show a new little paint job can change something up a lot.
For sure. And Dave Filoni said he was watching the final cut of the episode and about to lock it when he noticed that there weren't any Gungans at the Naboo celebration. And he said, well, that's rude that they wouldn't invite Gungans to this thing. So let's put a couple Gungans in the crowd.
Maybe the one played by Sydney Sweeney, like made an appearance in there.
Maybe she did.
Yeah.
She had a big pacifier on. That's how you know it's her.
Maybe that's why they also used a young Boba in the prison. Like, do you remember the scene?
Oh
where
yeah,
he's
Boba
like,
Fett is in the prison.
Yeah, which I thought was like a little random, but I was like, I guess it makes sense. Like, timeline wise, this is after he like was killing clones and trying to kill Mace Windu. So
yeah, he's been arrested at this point.
I guess it makes sense, but I just thought it was funny to see him like randomly approach there and be like, "Hey, we had business in the past, and you owe me money." Like, what? But I guess he was just hired to do that.
I totally forgot that Boba Fett shows up.
Yeah.
In all. Yeah. And then by the end of it, Cad Bane's like just back to prison, right? Of these.
Yeah. He just, I don't know if we see him go back to that prison, but he is like in custody. Damn. Yeah. We got to get more Cad Bane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we do.
I want to see Cad Bane and Darth Maul in the same room together.
Ooh, that's cool. I'm trying to think.
I really think though there's like that. I feel like Cad Bane is not in the league with Darth Maul. So
no,
it's like
no.
They'd have to really be working together there, and I don't know like about what Darth Maul's characterization is going to be in Clone Wars, but it doesn't seem like maybe he'd be on that page with someone like Cad Bane.
We'll have to see. I genuinely don't remember if they interact or not, but it is possible. Speaking of Darth Maul, since the show just started, maybe I'll give my quick thoughts on the show on mic real quick.
Yeah.
Spoiler-free quick thoughts on Maul Shadow Lord, the new show on Disney Plus.
You said you were a little disappointed.
Yeah, I guess so, because, well, now I've seen 3 episodes, and I think 4 have been released so far. I haven't seen the 4th one yet. But what I was feeling after the first 2, and very much still solidified now after this 3rd one, it's just that fucking streaming show thing where it's like nothing is happening, man. Like, this could all have been 1 episode so far, and like there seems to be no unit of episode as like an important thing. And in Clone Wars, I feel like does it pretty well. Even the multi-part stories are usually like their own little, like each episode is its own arc that then maybe builds into another one or something. But like even the 2-parter things have their own like start and finish, and then a new start and finish in the next episode.
Yeah.
Which I really prefer for TV instead of something just being like a...
Is it one like long narrative plot that's going on in the Darth Maul show?
Yeah. It's not episodic in the same way as Clone Wars is.
Is there no like B plot that is like swapping out at least though?
There is. There for sure is. But it's really just two plots that are not that interesting, and none of the characters that they've introduced are compelling to me. Yet. There are 1 or 2 that I think have potential to be interesting as it goes on.
What about Maul though?
Maul is great.
Okay.
Like, so Sam Witwer voices Darth Maul. Spoiler. And
Darth Maul talks? No. He talked in Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Just a tiny bit, but he
Yeah.
does. The voice acting is so good. His lines are still like very epic, and I like his character quite a bit, and it's in line with how he is in the rest of the Filoni verse of Star Wars.
So that's redeeming, at least.
Yes. The animation quality is extremely high. Visually, it looks really, really nice. There's a lot of like, it's very like neon purple, turquoise, yellow, neon stuff going on. And it looks great. The action is pretty cool. But man, like there's nothing there. It's very shallow, and there's nothing that I'm really able to like grip into.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Are you like finding yourself just looking forward to like lightsaber moments in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like truly I'm like, okay, well, this isn't really a spoiler or anything. There's another Jedi character. He hasn't fought Darth Maul yet. I'm assuming that that's probably going to happen at some point. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to keep watching just to see that.
That does feel very like the Disney Plus show model. It's like we know there's kind of like one thing you want to see, and that's going to be in the finale episode. And there's going to be nothing really that happens in between, other than just like the character maybe like getting into one little like moment each episode. You know?
Seriously, I mean, just the pacing alone, like it's a different time of TV making now than it was then in 2010 or whenever these are coming out. But it's just frustrating because it's like, I don't know. You're so right. I mean, I think about the Kenobi show as well. Same problem.
That's a bummer. I'm excited for that one.
And I don't even think that show's terrible. It could be 2 hours instead of 6 or 8 or whatever it is.
It's rough to like actually be watching those as they come out too. At least my past experience with like other Marvel Disney Plus shows, like week after week, because it just feels bad. Like you're getting almost nothing each week.
Yeah,
you're still putting the time into like a full episode.
It just like pushes the story along like a tiny bit. It's like, okay, here's the next part of the same shit that you were watching last time.
Yeah.
Like,
and then big like cliffhanger ending that just like is a little thing in the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah. Like exactly. And each episode feels like I don't want to spoil anything about this just because of the character of Darth Maul being still very compelling in the other places he shows up, and not wanting to spoil anything about his Clone Wars story or anything for you. But there's this whole conversation about like, there's essentially a detective who's like, oh, I'm trying to like figure out what's going on with this Darth Maul guy.
Is it the detective we've met before, voiced by the SpongeBob actor?
No.
That'd be very funny in that show.
Yeah. No, this show is like very like taking itself very seriously.
Oh, that guy's not serious too.
No, a freaking Psychonauts character.
Yeah.
And they've had the same discussion like 8 times now, where they're like, hey, we should probably like call someone in to help on this, because this is a little bit over our heads. And he's like, no, I want to keep this quiet. I want to figure it out myself. Like, that conversation has happened like 10 times now. And it hasn't escalated or progressed in any way. It's just like, oh my God.
Oh, they're waiting to call in the Jedi until the last episode, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You don't even know what era this is in.
Well, you said there was a Jedi, so...
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So who could it be then? Ahsoka?
I will say it's not. It's a new character.
Are they a Rhodian? Are they...
No.
Are they a Wookiee?
No. Oh, I can't. Aren't you so excited to meet Gungi eventually?
Is it Gungi? Is it not Gungi? I've been saying Gungi.
I think it's Gungi, but I don't exactly remember.
I like Gungi better. Or sorry, I like Gungi better.
Me too.
So,
but I think it's Gungi. But
well,
maybe not. We'll see.
I am excited. I hope he's a big character that maybe has some push and pull with Darth Maul. You know, maybe Gungi is
Finds himself
Yeah.
via dueling Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm. He finds him half split open from Obi-Wan's fatal lightsaber, and Gungi puts him back together piece by piece. That's what happens, isn't it?
You're right. You got it. I mean, when you're just that on the hitting the nail on the head with it, I can't pretend like you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, and then like Gungi is sort of like a parrot character to Darth Maul, sort of like crawling all over him and stuff, like just on his shoulder, like
ooh, that's
always
interesting.
watching.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, lightsaber double side. But then Gungi jumps, "Rah, gouging your eyes out. Rah."
Oh yeah. It's like there's actually a boss in one of the early like Kyle Katarn games that is like that.
Oh, really? Like a Jedi with some pet or something?
Well, it's like a guy that's like two guys, like a big guy and then like a little guy on top of him or something, and they can like split up and then come back together.
Nice.
Or it's like what is it, Master Blaster from the third Mad Max movie? Is that his name?
I've only seen the new ones. So,
Oh, okay.
But I know I've heard Master Blaster like a lot before, and I think it's from an Improv for Humans like sketch where they're just like yelling about Master Blaster. So I think that's why it's in my head. Sorry, it's just like it's set off like that pings in my mind.
Mm-hmm. No, that's okay. I think that's what it is, but in the third Mad Max movie, there's a thing called the Thunderdome, which, maybe you've heard of that.
Yeah, and that's what Matt Pastor was talking about in this Improv for Humans scene. So
okay, well, it's like some big brute guy and then like a dwarf person on his shoulders.
Nice. The old like Mad Max movies sound cool. I don't like the new ones, but
you don't like the new ones?
No. Well, I guess I have not. I've only seen what's the first new one that came out, Mad Max
Fury Road.
Yeah.
You don't like Fury Road?
No, I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
It got bored. I got like
No, it's not boring. You're wrong. Sorry.
I just got like action overload or something. Like when I watched one of Michael Bay's Transformer films, I also just like zoned out, and that's what happened to me with Mad Max.
But the Michael Bay one is just like a CGI overload. The Mad Max is actually like, this is real trucks blowing up and real people doing all these things. It's exciting. Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
It is.
Yeah.
No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to think it's boring.
Just sort of like put me to sleep, and then I didn't even want to go watch Anya Taylor-Joy in the new one.
Well, that says a lot because you are a big fan of hers, and that still couldn't get you to go see it.
Exactly.
Well, I don't like that movie, the Furiosa one.
Ooh, she could be Ventress, by the way.
True. That's true.
Got a good look for it.
She's bald in Furiosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I thought of that. Maybe I saw her in the trailer, and I was like, "That's my Ventress."
I don't like Furiosa. I think it visually is like so boring, and then in the end,
but they use trucks and real.
Actually, there's a lot of CGI in Furiosa.
Oh, really?
It's much lazier than the Fury Road was.
That's lame. I thought they were really trying to invest in that IP again or something.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was kind of excited, and then the whole time I'm like, man, was Fury Road just like not that cool? And I was just like younger when I saw it, and then literally in the credits they play clips from Fury Road, and I was like, no, this is so much better. It immediately is like, oh yeah, like that's what a real movie looks like.
Yeah, you love like the guitar guy, right?
I do love the guitar guy.
No, I know everyone loves that.
I love the aesthetics of that world, like how nasty it is.
I think that's maybe my big disconnect with it too. Like just the general like desert apocalypse vibe of it.
Oh yeah,
doesn't do much for me.
I love all the villain characters. They're so disgusting, and like everybody's all like pussy and like everything has to do with like bodily fluids and it's all real
their tubes and
nasty.
whatnot.
Yeah. The whole thing initially is that Max is the blood bag for Nicholas Holt's character, and those are like a whole species of guys that need to like constantly have a human like blood transfusing into them, like that kind of stuff.
That sounds cool to me.
And then like he's like driving and like the car hits a bump, and that's kind of how it starts, that sequence. And it's like you just see it like kind of pull on him and everything. Like all the yuckiness of all of that like really works for me.
I guess just like kind of another. You ever watch Death Race? It's kind of just like another Death Race to me.
Well, have you seen which is it, the 70s Death Race or the one with what, like Jason Statham?
It's the one with Jason Statham that I've seen. Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of like that to me.
No. The old Death Race is really fun.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize I'd seen a remake. I didn't know there was an original.
Yeah. It's a 70s early Sylvester Stallone role where he's not the lead and he's actually a villain. I think it's like the only time that ever happened.
Rocky.
Yeah, he's the villain.
That's why he loses.
Right. Because well, if he was a good guy, he would have won.
Yeah.
It's so funny, though, how after the first Rocky, his ego gets so big and he's like, well, Rocky's not going to lose again. People want to see Rocky win.
Yeah. Does he never lose again in any of those movies?
I don't think so.
Man, I guess the only time he loses then would be in like Rocky 7 when he sees the simulation of himself losing and he gets like, he wants to come out of retirement and fight because of it. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh.
I've not seen that one. Is that the last one before Creed?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's
called like Rocky Balboa or something.
It's not good, yeah. And it truly, that's the, like, it's like one of those ESPN shows where they're running a simulation of like a new heavyweight champion, I guess, or whatever.
Like if he would have gone up against Rocky.
Yeah, and it's like, he would have beat Rocky.
Yeah. Hey, no way.
Yeah.
No way. That would not have happened.
Do something about that.
Yeah.
Who'd you cast Sylvester Stallone as in the Star Wars universe? And why would it be Chewbacca?
That's not terrible. He would have to be like I can't like detach him now from his Expendables look with like the beret.
I was thinking that too, yeah.
Like
he also just kind of like I feel like in Star Wars he would be a bad guy, right?
Yeah, he would probably be like some kind of like criminal underworld boss or something.
Yeah,
you know.
Sort of like
mercenary
Guardians of the Galaxy role.
Yeah, true. Which I really thought they were going to go somewhere with those characters from the second Guardians movie. It was like Miley Cyrus was there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's weird Miley Cyrus was one of the characters, but yeah.
We never saw any of those guys again.
Hey, we still haven't seen what's it? A Star Fox who's Harry Styles.
Oh yeah.
It's also like wild.
I thought you were talking about Glenn Powell as Star Fox in the Mario Galaxy movie.
No, sorry. Have you seen it?
No.
Star Fox is in it?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. We should have seen that instead of Faces of Death, dude.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Mario Galaxy movie would just like make me nauseous.
The first one is actually one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, like, I hated it so much.
Not enjoyable at all. And I thought they would at least like go hard with the music, you know, put some Nintendo music in there. It's all like shitty pop hits, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's every now and then there's some like orchestral sting of like, but it's bad.
Yeah. Also, I think I've maybe talked to you about this, but again, no hate to Anya Taylor-Joy, but she's a god-awful voice actress.
Yes, like, for sure.
She can't do it.
To be fair, I think the voice acting top to bottom is really terrible in that movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
Jack Black is fine.
Yeah, I won't sing the accolades of Chris Pratt's Mario. So.
Yeah, so bad. Oh, holy crap.
Or Luigi. I think Luigi's
Charlie
also
Day,
like,
Luigi was terrible.
Yeah, not at all Luigi.
No.
Even not my Luigi.
Keegan-Michael Kea's Toad, bad.
Yeah.
Bad movie, I agree.
Yeah, really. Who's Donkey Kong? Is that Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Yeah, just... Man, Seth Rogen is like a pretty I don't even dislike Seth Rogen, but he's a pretty pivotal character, like in Invincible, and it really throws me out of the series.
He's the alien, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Alan the alien.
Yeah. I remember when he first showed up, I was like, I think the voice acting in Invincible is pretty terrible, at least in season 1, which is all I've seen. But
I don't think it's bad. I think like the main characters in season 1 do a really good job. But
Steven Yeun's good. J.K. Simmons is fine.
Okay, those are the two I was thinking of who I would say are not at all bad. So you're crazy for saying that.
I think what's her name? Adam Eve.
Gillian
Jacobs. I think she's quite bad in the first season.
Wow.
And I think Jason Mantzoukas is nightmarishly bad
as
Rexplode.
I agree. I do think they're trying to be like really annoying with Rexplode's character in that first season.
Sure. Yeah.
And his voice is like pretty annoying because of that, but that's also just his voice, I guess.
Yeah.
But damn, Gillian Jacobs, I think she does a good job. But I guess maybe I just am not remembering her in season 1.
Yeah, that's all I've seen, so that's all I'm basing it on. And it really felt like a COVID production where like nobody's in the same room.
Yeah.
There's not much like direction going on to the voice acting because it's all from home. They're all shipping it in, and the conversations feel like they're happening in 2 different rooms where people aren't actually responding to each other and stuff like that.
So I've seen the behind the scenes. They definitely are not in the same room with each other. So
yeah,
there's definitely some truth to that one. Yeah, that show has a weird problem too. Like if you ever continue watching as it progresses,
which I like, by the way, for the record, I like the first season overall.
Yeah, that show's all. I think it's like such a cool show. But they put like a lot of effort into like big celebrity voice actors for some reason. So it'll be like, oh, why is like Aaron Paul playing like this little character called Powerplex? Like, and then it's like a bunch of random stuff where it is so distracting.
Isn't Rami Malek the robot? Or who's robot?
No, it's the guy. Shoot, he's the one. He's the guy who like played the recasted Red Skull in Endgame, and he's also Jesus in The Walking Dead. Forget his name though.
I don't know Jesus in The Walking Dead.
I didn't watch that far into the show, but because I knew the comic, like I was still keeping up with the news about it, so I know the cast. But
I can't remember.
Is it like like Alex Moroz, something like that?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Is Rami Malek in that show at all? No. I'm thinking of something else then.
Although I think you're maybe thinking of that, and maybe not, but just like pure word association. He is Mr. Robot, and there's a character named Robot.
True. Yeah, okay. That actually could very well be it.
And they're both on Prime, so
And I was thinking of, the character that is just called Robot.
Yeah.
So that is probably why. Mm-hmm. Good call.
Yeah. Dude, you should get back to Invincible though. I do think there's so many parallels with Star Wars. Like watching it again after we started doing this, I was like, I think this comic was like very Star Wars inspired.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just like the father-son dynamic of it.
Yeah. And the father being like a villain that's like, hey, isn't there still, what if you were good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the redemption journey of it. It just like feels to me like, oh, if Luke had a more active, I'm not saying when I say active role, I'm like making Vader good again. I mean just like a longer role.
Yeah, like if he had raised him.
Yes. Yeah. Like that's
interesting.
That's what Invincible sort of like is to me, with also some awesome fights.
I do love the action in it. I mean, at least the stuff I've seen.
Have you read the comics?
I've read a good chunk of them, probably about halfway through the series.
Okay, nice.
I think the last arc I remember is where he finds that his dad has a new praying mantis wife and family.
Gotcha. Okay, that's like very early in, I think.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, but
it felt like issue like 45 or something, but I guess there's like 200 issues of it. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the comic just like shifts the pacing of things, because I haven't revisited it in a long time, and I know like the first season they skipped like a whole arc initially too. So
the comic is like throwing a million ideas at the wall at the same time, and they all feel kind of thin at first.
Yeah.
Except for the main core of it. But like whatever the doctor who's like doing the multiple realities and the twins guys.
Yeah. Dude, I will say something I love about Invincible is like all those little threads that they open like from the foundation of the story. Like most of them come into play later on and like things get closed and like resolved and like or like a little decision like Mark made like way on and like issue 20 will come back in like a big way as it had been like festering all that time in like issue 100. Like I love that stuff.
Yeah, same. When those like buildups actually pay off, it's really nice, and that's something you have more of a luxury of doing in like a creator-owned thing.
Yeah, dude. Were you saying you look up the fights every once in a while of Invincible?
No, I just from season 1.
Okay.
Remember liking a lot of the fights in there.
There's some pretty fucking awesome ones that happen in season 3 and 4. So
okay,
and 2. Honestly, there's Invincible has some pretty awesome. It's like almost a joke within like the fandom of Invincible. Like you can tell there's gonna be a pretty intense fight coming on because the animation will like change into a slightly higher quality all of a sudden.
This is where they've spent all their time.
Yeah. There's like there's an episode in season 3 where it's like some shit straight up looks rotoscoped. It's like out of it's so jarring because it completely changes from like they're like kind of dragging along the screen to like like every little wrinkle of his hair and everything.
Damn, yeah, they did. I mean, that's happens in anime all the time. It's like a slideshow for 15 minutes, and then you get 3 minutes of craziness. But
it's pretty awesome though. I don't know if there's like a word for it or like to describe that, but it's kind of fun. Them being like, okay, like get ready. There's gonna be some action.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Oh, that's an interesting thing about Clone Wars too. That since it's not hand drawn, it does stay pretty consistent throughout the whole thing. There's not like obvious spikes in animation quality or whatever. I mean, there's certain things that they do that look better than other things, but like it feels consistent.
Yeah, I guess like the most jarring shakeup they do is like switching the camera point of view or something like that. That's like maybe the most notable thing that can really like take me like whoa, or like something's changing or whatnot.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah. When there's like a big active like directorial choice going on, you can tell like that is really nice. I'm excited to. I've loved watching the animation like gradually improve over the show, and I think it just keeps getting better and better, and it'll be really fun to watch the final season because to me that's just beautiful stuff.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I don't remember what I said, but I feel like I did not like the animation when we watched like the first Clone Wars movie. That we watched, and I don't know how I felt about it in that first season either, but I'm a big fan of it now. Like, I'd like to see more things like this.
Well, there's a lot like it.
Okay, nice.
There's like 2 other full-length multi-season shows and then several miniseries and things that are all in this style.
Hey,
so
I'll take it.
I love it. I mean, but I think it's totally an acquired taste too. Even when I was a kid and the movie was coming out, I was like, this is like ugly. Like, I don't like the way anyone looks and stuff. And then after a while, I was like, no, I think it's great.
Yeah, that's like almost more Dooku in my head than like actually Count Dooku.
Yeah,
like in the movies.
For sure. He's got a lot more screen time in Clone Wars.
True. Christopher Lee, you should have voiced your character here. What are you doing?
I think, I forget who does it.
What a payday that would have been for him too. Like, what, he had better things to do?
I don't know if they can afford him.
True. Well, if it was Invincible, they'd cast him.
Okay. Well, I think he's dead.
Well, no, now I know now he's dead. They'd still cast him though.
All right, you got anything else?
Okay, just sound like you're done with me. It's like,
are you have anything else to say? Because I'm trying to wrap this up.
No, I've got nothing else to add.
No. If you had anything else you wanted to talk about, that's totally cool with me. I just was wondering.
Just one lesson stood out to me from these episodes: keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
That's why you've agreed to continue this with me, just to keep an eye on me.
Just bringing up my favorite lesson of the episode.
doesn't necessarily have to do with anything.
If you want to interpret it one way, that's on you.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.